What's good, family? Brother Cool. We traveling. We got some things to do today, so I figured I'd get to work because it's time to travel. Now, of course, I don't drive for commerce, so license is not required. What's going on, family? So, truly, and I want to give a big shout out to a sister. She emailed me last night, and she pretty much told me that it was a success for her. She went down to the DOL or the DMV, whatever it's called, in her particular state territory, and she registered her vehicle underneath her trust. So, shout outs to you, sister, on getting that accomplished. Also, thank you for allowing others to see that this is a process that's universal. It's not just, oh, well, depending on the state. Of course, every state has its own personality, and every state is going to do things a little bit differently. But essentially, we got to understand that no matter what so-called state we're domiciling at, that no matter where we're at on these American continents, this is a Morocco. You got to be aware of that. So I'm not a resident of Washington State. I'm actually a non-resident. And so when I register these cars or these automobiles underneath our tribal trust, I'm not using a residential state ID or residential license to register these things. I'm using my national ID, and I'm letting them know that I'm a non-resident alien. Okay? So, and once I tell them that, it's kind of like it's out of their pocket, it's out of their jurisdiction. So, there have been, last week we registered a car. Actually, yesterday we registered another car. Last week when we went to go register car underneath the trust, the same way, utilize my national ID because I am the acting consul on behalf of Sunil Shi. I'm a Republic. Elected consul, I should say, right? Elected consul. And it was back up. Yeah, so I'm operating as elected consul. So everything I'm doing with the authorization of my tribal members first, and then I'm doing everything on behalf. So essentially, you can call me the consul, but in all actuality, when it comes down to my tribe, I am the trustee. You see what I'm saying? They entrusted me to do a particular task in the name of the tribe, and then as a trustee, it's my job, it's my duty, it's my obligation. You know what I'm saying? Having allegiance to the Moorish Empire, and also having allegiance to my direct circle of family, which is Sunel. So, with that being said, those are my obligations, and those are the tasks I gotta complete within our trust. That is what I agreed to. All right. So that's what they're gonna hold me. That is what they're gonna hold me accountable to. So, that being said, once I went down to the to register it. Now, mind you, I'm dealing with different people every time I go there. So it's not like it's the same person every time. It's a different person. So it's the same process, no matter the person, no matter the counter. It don't matter. So when she asked me after we finished, everything with the registration, and also understanding that utilizing your trust, there's different options you can use to register the vehicle. So you don't have to use a social security number. You can use an EIN number, or you can even use a It's a corporation or an entity that you don't own. You see what I'm saying? So this is where you got to comprehend. Oh, when you register the car, doesn't it put it back under the jurisdiction? Yes, if you're using their instruments to register it, because you don't own the Social Security, you don't own the state ID, you don't own that state driver's license. Those are all privileges that can be suspended, revoked, and taken away. Am I right or am I wrong? Because if it was a right, then they wouldn't be able to take it from you. They wouldn't be able to suspend or revoke it. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Register to the wrong corporation because you don't own it. So if you don't own it, and underneath the corporation that does own it, they say you need to have a seatbelt. Not to say that's nothing wrong with that. Everyone should have seatbelts. You know, it's about public safety. But I'm just giving examples. You know, you need to follow the speed limit. If I'm having a bad day, and I'm a state patrolman or a cop, and you look suspicious, I'm gonna fuck with you that day. And depending on how I feel, if I don't like your attitude or I just don't like your energy, I might make your day worse. I might call a tow, have your car taken and everything if you're claiming to be so-called sovereign citizen and all this type of stuff. So this is the issue. You're registering it to a company or entity or organization that you do not own. That's the difference. Okay? So when I go and register these automobiles underneath our tribal organization, there's a certain way that I do it. And the sister that did it in her particular state territory, she also used her national ID. So she too did not use a state ID nor a driver's license to register her vehicle. You get what I'm saying? Because let me just finish the story. So when I was there, and then so everything was wrapping up, showed her the articles of organization for SUNEL, which is an ecclesiastical Moorish society. You see what I'm saying? And once I did that, then she was like, okay, make sure everything is spelled correctly. Cool. Now we need to see the do you have a Washington State ID or driver's license? This is what she asked me. And I said, I pulled out my national ID and I handed it over to her. She said, so you don't have a Washington State ID or driver's license? I said, no, I'm a non-resident alien. Soon as I said, let me tell you, as soon as I said I am a non-resident alien, she beelined it right to the back. And she went right to the back to go talk to the manager. And the manager's name's Tiffany. Okay? Tiffany's familiar with me too, because I have taken the time to go and establish myself on behalf of my tribe. So they are familiar with my face. That is the whole point of being the face of your organization. So you can familiarize yourself with the people and the organizations and the institutions and the companies and the agents and the agencies. It's your job. If the people elect you to do that, it's your job. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. I'm making my face familiar to people. So when they come see me, they already know what time it is. I don't gotta do too much of this. They already know what time it is. Okay? So she went to the back, and then I heard her whispering softly, Tiffany, so I asked him if he has a Washington State driver's license or a state ID. He said no. This is what he presented. And I heard her ask him, is that okay? And then I heard Tiffany's voice. I couldn't hear directly what she was saying, but I could just hear that she started talking because I heard, the extra tone enter that conversation. And then I just heard a little murmur. And then the lady came right back out with the document signed. She said, here goes your identification, sir. Thank you. And I said, thank you. And I walked out. And that was it. You see what I'm saying? So people are like, oh, you registered a car. It's under the jurisdiction of the state. What state? You mean my state? Yes, it is under the jurisdiction of my state. Because I'm not using any of the United States stuff to, put it under. I'm not using the social. I use the EIN number. I didn't use the state ID or driver's license. I use my national ID because I'm a non-resident alien. I'm not a resident of Washington State. Y'all gotta comprehend this. We are not residents of these state territories because these state territories were created. They're modern. Like Washington was established in 1859. I'm sorry, 1889. Okay. Breaking up bad. Well, I'm coming amongst the trees. That's probably why. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Washington, I'll talk slow. Peace, bro, man. So Washington was established in 1889. Okay, so when I say I'm a non-resident alien of Washington State, it's because my state has been in existence way before 1889. So in that instance, guess what I am? I am a non-resident alien. Did you know that military people are also operating as non-resident aliens? Well, not aliens, but they're operating as non-residents. All they need to do is use their military ID for anything. They don't have a state ID. They don't have a license. They have their military ID, and that is all they need to do what they need to do, depending on where they're stationed at in the particular state. So, depending on where they're stationed at, all they need is their military card. So their military card is, so the military card is their national ID, and their state is the U.S. Army, which is a subsidiary of the United States. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about what are you a part of? What are you associated with? What group of people are you associated with? Who are you connected to? Who do you have allegiance to? This all plays a part in your rights, okay? Your immunities and your religious protections. So yeah, international law. International law is based on persons. Alright? International law is based on persons. So once again, if I register this automobile underneath a tribal trust, which is which you would consider a straw, right? Or a person or organization or institution or trust, okay, it's registered under Sunel. Sunel's a straw. I don't know if y'all realize that. Sunel's a straw. Sunel cannot do anything on its own. Sunel didn't register the car to itself. Sunel's the straw. Okay? So understanding that is no different than creditor and debtor. If we're going to talk about it like business, it's all one and the same. So I can talk about national principles utilizing the same construct of trust. You know what I'm saying? And then I can apply that same thing and flip it into business conversation. It's all one and the same. It's based on the context. For example now, right? So now I'm going to talk about the same thing we're talking about, which is international law as business. Okay? So now, in international law, they're dealing with persons. So if you have a person that you have created that is foreign to the United States, which is another business or a person, okay? Now, if it's not registered underneath the principles or tools of the United States, then what laws govern it? If it's not the laws of the United States company, right? So with that, what happened? The United States, guess what? They got articles of incorporation. They have a tax identification number. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know the United States corporation company got an EIN too? So this is what I'm saying. I am here to level the playing field. I'm not here to destroy anyone. I am here to level the playing field. I am about balance. So I am doing what I am supposed to do, which is restore balance. That's it. The reason why we have been suffering is because there have been an imbalance of comprehension as well as information. No one's talking about this stuff. You see what I'm saying? No one's talking about this stuff. So, and not in a way where it's reaching everybody. So because of the fact no one's talking about this stuff, it's like foreign to people. Like, oh man, what, all this stuff we gotta do for trust and this and that and that. And it's like, no, that's not how it works, yo. So if we're dealing in international law, right? And I have a trust in place called Sunel Shiama Republic, and it's outside the jurisdiction of the United States, then now we're talking about international. That's not domestic, right? You're talking about one person to another person. Okay? One person to another person. Can one deregister? Of course you can deregister. Just cancel the registration. You just go in there, I don't know the particular process. I've never done that, but my mind, common sense, I would just walk and be like, hey, so this car is going down. No one's going to be using it. So I would like to remove the registration from this vehicle. And that'll be done. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that works in my mind. So, it would be that simple. But for the sake of international law, you got to understand. So this is if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're utilizing your trust, claiming your tax treaty benefits, that's international law. Because you're dealing from what? Person to person. So it's always been corporation to corporation as far as this particular construct is concerned, right? But the problem is the person that we thought was us, we don't own. That's the only difference, y'all. That's the only difference. Shalom. Shalom, King. Peace. That's the only difference. So once we do the same thing we have been doing, except the difference is we have national principles. We're back to our religious creed. We know we're the indigenous peoples. So we're going to be in our natural habit. We're going to be ourselves. We're not just going to talk about who we are. We're going to be who we are. We're going to embody who we are. And then after we embody who we are, we're going to operate as we are. You see what I'm saying? In international law. So I was telling my mate before I left, like, there's layers that you have to go through before you even get to my flesh and body being. You understand what I'm saying? So if you read the information on any property and it's under Sunel, Sunel's a person. Sunel's not a flesh and blood being. So Sunel in a business sense would be the debtor. Right? And me, in my proper person, flesh and blood being, as well as all of my other tribal members, are the creditors. Because Sunel doesn't have its own brain. It's just a straw. We're the ones giving it the mind and the heart to do what needs to get done in the name on behalf of the Moorish Empire. So understanding that, you know what I mean? So international law is dealing with persons. So if you understand that, then deal in your own person. Ooh, it's starting to get a little hot. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have your own person to operate in with the treaty properly in terms of commerce. Not like you got to do it, man. There's no other way. There's no shortcut around that. So it's not the straw that's the issue. The issue is you don't own the straw that you're using. That's the issue. You don't control it. So if you don't control it, what claim or right do you have? Yeah, passports is a good idea. You're supposed to get passports as non-immigrant aliens. You know what I'm saying? But you also got to go through the process of, in their system, claiming that birth certificate, so that you become the holder in due course. So that way, no one can utilize it. Not you. I mean, you can if you choose. I would say use it on the discharge side privately. That's it. But no one can utilize it on the public side against you. So they can't take it and flip it on you. That's the whole point of doing that. It's about defenses. It's about layers. It's about protections. We've been roaming around here in these United States with no protections for so long that we just used to walking around on a battlefield naked. Like, this is a battlefield, yo. So business is war. Business is modern day war. You understand? When you get stopped and you get harassed and then bad things happen, you get tased or mistreated or abused, you know what I'm saying? Or assaulted. These are all acts of business. Do you understand that? When a cop call, hey, tow truck, come take this car. It look like you're gonna be walking, or we're gonna take you in, take the car. Like those are all acts of business. When someone gets kidnapped, that's an act of business. That's not an act of morality. That's not an act of, yo, you did something wrong. Somebody got injured. We got to take you to justice. That's not what that is. That is, yo, you're not holding up to your end of the contract. So when you breach your contract, there's certain things that are gonna happen. You know what I mean? If you operate in one of our vehicles that you register underneath our trust, known as the United States, or the trust would be the particular state that you're in, right? If you registered it underneath our trust using our trust instruments, then you're going to be liable to all our rules. You're going to be subject to them because we own it, not you. You get to use it. You get to use it. You don't own it. You get to use it. Okay? You work for me though, and that's how it is. So when they talk about, a secure party creditor, no such thing as a secure party creditor. There's a secured party and then there's a creditor. I'm going to repeat that once again. There's a secured party and there's a creditor. Okay? There's a secured party and there's a creditor. Okay, so the creditor, flesh and blood being, okay, secured party, the children, right, of the tribe, because they're the ones that's going to grow up and benefit from the work we are doing right now. Okay, so they're the secured party. The debtor's Sunel, the straw. We're not debtors. How could we be in debt? This is why the straw concept was created in the first place, because we're not using gold or silver. So you need to transfer estate. You need to transfer titles of estate. How are you going to do that with no gold and silver or real money? The only way you can do that is through a straw, also known as a transmitting utility or a portal. The straw is a portal. You know what I'm saying? The straw is a portal, so you can move from one jurisdiction to the next, meaning the other jurisdiction being the United States. So if you comprehend that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to international law in the United States, then your straw and how you function and operate is everything. Because guess what? My straw, right, Sunel, is tied to the treaty, y'all. Because why? I correctly established a foreign EIN in a foreign jurisdiction outside the United States. And then what was the purpose for getting this particular tax identification number, which is only given to foreign persons, right? Which is only given to foreign persons. Then it only makes sense that what's the reason? WA Ben purposes only. Treaty purposes. What treaty you claiming? Treaty of peace and friendship. So everything that we do, registering these cars and everything, is in the name of the treaty. Sunel is attached to the treaty. That's why we got it. That's why we got a 98 number, because it's a treaty. We're attached to the treaty in their system. So now, that's how we function. So when they read it, boop, boop, they're not looking. They don't see a social. They don't see a state ID with a picture and, you know, flesh and blood being who thinks that's them on that state ID. There's none of that. There's none of that. All you see is Sunel, foreign, and that's it. It's not a resident of the state. Okay? Understand that. Understand that. Understand that. Understand that. Overstand that. Because that's how international law works. International law works no other way. It's really that simple. International law is business law. Can y'all get what I'm saying? Because modern day war, right? Rather than us getting my army and getting your army, and then we meet at the battlefield, and then we all go, and then we charge forward towards each other. Instead of doing all that shit, we don't gotta do that no more. You know what they do now? They do business. Business is modern day war. It's a battlefield out here, yo. You know why? Because that's the only relationship that we have with the United States of America on our land here. Business. That's the only thing we got to do with them. Business. That's why we made a treaty of amity and commerce. Amity and commerce. We made a treaty of peace, of amity and commerce, so we can function in commerce. So why are Moors afraid to play ball? Why are Moors afraid to play chess? Why are Moors afraid to step in to the commercial realm that our ancestors established so we can function? Because who you think started commerce? You don't think we was doing that first? So commerce is not something foreign to us. Finances is not something foreign to us. We think it's foreign to us because we have been out of touch for so long. But it's our shit, yo. So it's time to get back in touch with how we need to operate. So once you can understand business law, you'll understand, or I should say, if you can understand family, you'll understand business law. You can understand business law, you can understand government. And all those things, family, business law, government, they're all founded in trust. T-R-U-S-T, trust. Okay? Trust. I trust you to do this. I trust you to hold up to your end of the obligation. You trust me to do the same. So this is why I have the right or entitlement to do business with the United States, because we have a treaty of amity and commerce. Even though I'm a non-resident alien. Do you comprehend now? Do you comprehend now? So when I go and say, hey, I don't have a state ID or license, here's my national ID that represents the fact that I'm a part of this organization here, acting on behalf of it, then there's nothing you can do. I'm a non-resident alien because I self-identified as such, and I'm competent, and I established that. You see what I'm saying? There's a remedy for everything, y'all.
There's a remedy for everything. Everything they do is in the name of business. So we need to get our business minds right. But if you're just gonna skip nationality and your standing at law and your culture and your principles and your heritage and your customs and those things that make you a better American citizen, then good luck, right? Is all I can say. Good luck. But, I didn't want to make this too long. I just want to keep this nice and short. Exactly. You get permission from them to be who you are rather than you just letting them know who you are and then just moving. You just moving that. Don't wait. Move. Make moves. Shake and move. Don't sit there and wait. No. It's all on your mind. If it's in your mind and you feel like you're ready, then go. If you feel like you're ready, go. If you feel like you're ready, go. Go. But go at your own pace and don't feel rushed and be comfortable, because this is a lot of information. You can't force or rush this information. You got to take your time so it digests, because when it digests, you can see how the story plays out. You can see how the chessboard looks. See what I'm saying? All these stores behind me, they have EIN numbers. Every single one. Every single one. Every single one has an EIN number. All of these have EIN numbers. Yeah, go through the county courts. The county courts is part of the republic, y'all. I'm gonna say that one more time. The county courts is part of the republic. Y'all don't need to go to City Hall to do that. The county courts is part of the republic. This is why in your county court you're gonna see that there's a Supreme Court in there. You know why? Why would there be a place where they enforce the highest standards of the law? Why have that in your county building? Because your county is part of the republic, right? Article 4, Section 4, every state shall be guaranteed a Republican form of government, which is why in every state you're going to find a county court with a clerk of the Supreme Court, because we're dealing with the supreme law of the land. Article 6, Supremacy Clause, all debts and contracts entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be valid against the United States today as it was in the Confederacy. So this is why, hold on to your treaty. Everything is on your treaty. Treaty. I'm doing everything through treaty. Commerce, whatever, register, property, business, treaty. We're doing commerce, man. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You afraid of doing commerce as yourself? The prophet didn't say stop doing business. He said do business. Leave old business as it is and do new business in your free national name. Do you understand? So if I'm doing business in my free national name, then guess what? I'm going to have my own straw that I'm authorizing, that I control, that's going to be the legal owner on my behalf. And then I'm just going to chill and lay back because I'm the creditor. And then I got my debtor. You know what? My straw ain't going to talk back to me. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Or no, I ain't going to do that on your behalf. No, I ain't going to register the coffee. No, I ain't going to do nothing. No, you can't do nothing in my name. The straw ain't going to argue with you because the straw is you. The straw is made in your likeness and your image, right? You came up with the idea. You came up with the perception, the purpose. So the straw or your trust is in your likeness and in your image. So once you comprehend that, you and the straw one and the same. So you would never argue with yourself. See what I'm saying? So international law is business law. All right, so get that right. Peace, fam. Love and light. Appreciate y'all for y'all time. Love all y'all. Keep staying tuned. Islam. Peace.